She went from dragging her feet every morning as an HR professional to building a multiple six-figure empire online with $0 spent on advertising. Yes, everybody, no money put down in advertising. Stay tuned for an amazing Marsie Talks Live interview with Chiara Francica. But first, I'm Marsie McCann, and I started working online well over 3 years ago, motivating and mentoring aspiring digital entrepreneurs launch their new business. And here I go live every single week on Marsie Talks Live, where I have conversations with real people having real success in their life and in entrepreneurship. Now, give me an 8, all right? Yes, you heard it. Type an 8 in the comments if you want to be subscribed to the show. Also on YouTube, just make sure you hit that big old subscribe button so that you don't fall behind and instead you excel in your life and in your journey to success. Now, Chiara is coming up and she's going to be basically sharing an amazing success story as an organic marketing strategist, and also how she built a six-figure business, multiple six-figure business online with zero advertising. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I bring her in. Welcome, Chiara. So exciting to have you here. Hi.
I'm so impressed with your introduction.
Thank you so much. No, I'm super stoked and excited to have you. But first, guys, let's go ahead and give a shout out to all the viewers and everybody that's watching. Guys, if you are tuning in, make sure that you stay till the end of this interview, okay? Because we're going to be giving away some freebies. I'm going to be giving away a freebie at the end, free downloadable PDF that's going to give you some tips on how to increase your engagement on Facebook. And I know Chiara is also going to be sharing tons of value. So definitely stick with us till the end. Now, Chiara, what's been keeping you busy? So pumped to have you here. So excited to have you here. Tell us a little bit about just your background, what you've been up to. And yeah, excited to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. Sure. So where do you want me to start? Do you want me to start with my background?
Yeah.
Got online. Okay. So it goes back to 2014 now. About November, I was doing a dead-end job. I hated my job passionately. I think a lot of people here on this show resonate with that. So let us know if you did in the comment section below. But I was basically just tired. I think that was like the one word that I could use to describe myself. I was exhausted. I just, walking in to work every day was just a dread. I was feeling sick to my stomach. I had an HR director there, the HR director that hated me. My manager, who was in the office with me, because we're like in different offices around the world, she didn't really know what she was doing. She was always calling my name for no reason, and I was just sick and tired because all they did was kind of they kind of crushed your creativity. Like, you weren't allowed to have any. You're just like, this is like what you do, and you just don't do anything else. Like, you have to literally stick with your designation and the description of your designation.
Yeah.
And I was just tired of that because since I was a kid, I was very creative. I always wanted to create stuff. And I think many of us resonate with that. I think we're all born to want to create stuff and just excel in what we're passionate about. And that was me. And it was very strong. Like, I had this burning desire just to do something different. And more than that, actually, I was just like dying and desiring for a different life, like where I could just travel the world and, not have to wake up to the alarm clock every morning. And now, don't get me wrong, I love routine. Like, I love having a schedule, but not that I must wake up every morning at 6 a.m. so that I get ready, go to work. It's the same old thing. So what happened was, I really just started to get more tired and tired and tired. It started to accumulate. The HR director was just hating me more. So it got to a point where, one second. So it got to a point where I just, I got fired, literally. Wow. So yeah, so the best thing ever happened to me.
Wow.
And then what happened was I started going to interviews for another HR position. And this was my second HR position at the time. So I was like, I don't want to go back to that. Like I was going to interviews and I was like, I don't want to do this. I can't do this anymore. And I was just walk out of interviews feeling really sick. I would give like the worst interview ever because I was just not up for it. In fact, no one was accepting me. Like, and I was like, okay, yeah. So I decided to take a risk. I was like, I'm gonna take a temporary job. I worked with my brothers, I remember. And I remember it was like a safe haven because even though we were really busy and I used to bust my ass off working with it. It was just a customer care job and just taking orders and keeping everything in order, taking care of the cash.
Yeah.
But I was with my brothers. So when I went home, okay, my pay was much less than what I was getting in HR. And mind you, don't think I was getting a great, I was getting an amazing salary in HR. It was horrible. It was like underpaid big time. Like I had nothing at the end of each month. Like I could never get my nails done. I could never go on a vacation I wanted. We always used to go. I remember I was like doing these like vacations where in Europe you get these cheap flights. For those of you in Europe, you know what I'm talking about. You can get these cheap flights. Like from Malta, you could go to Rome or I don't know, wherever. And it was like cheapest flights ever. And these horrible hotels just so I can do like a freaking vacation. So yeah, so anyway, I got fired. I don't want to go back to another role. I decided to take on a temporary job with my brothers. But at the end of each day, I knew that I was going to go home and I was going to work on something else. It was not going to be a career where I was bound to work for someone else's dreams. No, I was going to work for my dreams, and I knew I deserved it. So I started looking for ways to make money online. And then I came across my mentor, who is still my mentor to this day, Zach Crawford. And I started following his trainings. And let me make this clear, because I think a lot of us were so hardwired to think that we should be successful overnight. Whoa, I've done a video or I've done a Facebook post, I should start getting sales. No, it doesn't work that way. You're learning a skill and you're unlearning a lot of skills at the same time, which is like, it's quite a bit, you know. It's like, I feel for everyone that comes online and is trying to pursue something different. We're unlearning a lot of the crap that we've been taught at school. So yeah, that was me, and I'm sure we all resonate with this. So I've been told, you know, we've been told that we're not allowed to fail. So that's why we come online and we're like, okay, so I've done this, I should get results. No, you know, or we think as well that we're hardwired to think as employees. So we think that every 2 weeks we should get our paycheck, or every month we should get our paycheck. It doesn't work that way with entrepreneurship. You have to put in the hard work first and then enjoy the fruits.
Absolutely. So that's amazing, because you're actually having to rewire the way that you think. And so your old way of thinking, that employee mindset, you know, it's not going to fit with, you know, trying to be successful in this industry. So I think that that's also a very, very important key, you know, and something that you said is reversing that mindset, and that it's not an overnight success. So I really appreciate you sharing that. I mean, you know, when did you make the decision to leverage Facebook? Like because there's so many other platforms you could have used. There's YouTube, there's Instagram, there's Twitter, there's Snapchat, you know, but why Facebook? When did you make that conscious decision? Okay, Facebook is it. I'm going to master it. And this is where I'm going to excel.
Okay. So what happened was, you know, like, I think all of us were told that we should be doing solo ads. Don't ask me why. It's the most horrible traffic you can work with. So I was trying solo ads. I was trying all sorts of different traffic methods. But then what happened was I had not really much dinero left in my bank account. So I was like, okay. I was like, I have to just different Facebook strategies. And I remember doing this training, and someone was like, just focus on this, like don't do anything else. And I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna focus on Facebook. And I remember I just stuck with it for like a good few weeks, and I was just like hardcore Facebook. And you know, believe it or not, with just 3 Facebook strategies, I remember having my first 10K month within 45 days. So it was just, I had no advertising spend.
Wow. So basically, with the zero money spent on advertising, I mean, what was some of the challenges, with building your network organically? And I guess when did the momentum start kicking in? So it's really two questions. What were some of the challenges, and when did that initial success just take off for you?
The challenges, I think, I wouldn't say there are many challenges. I think once you believe it can be done, you're fine. It's like with anything else. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't really feel there were challenges. At first, I was a bit, I had that fear of connecting with people on Facebook because they're going to be like, who is this? Like, but I was like, I really have nothing to lose at this point. And what are they going to do? They're not going to like grab me through the computer screen and hurt me, So it's like, just go with it. It's like, just see what happens. I was like, anything at this point to make this work. And then what was your other question?
And basically, how did you overcome those challenges? And, when you overcame those challenges, I'm assuming the initial success then happened, the momentum started building, or how long after, just getting into Facebook?
Okay, so I had been like using Facebook, but I wasn't taking it seriously. But when I did take it seriously, it only took about a month and a half.
Wow.
So with 3,000 friends, I had I was hardcore. Like when I say hardcore, I was hardcore. So within like a month or two, I remember I was already just crushing it, and I was doing high ticket, so it was easy to hit 10K. But really the challenge is just until you get your first few sales, I would say. Because you're like, is this really gonna work? Is this really gonna work? Is this really gonna keep just going and going? Is this really gonna work? And then I remember having my first 4K. I closed the 4K sale.
Wow.
And then I closed another 4K sale, and you don't get the whole commission. Like it's not a whole 4K commission, but then I was just like taking off like crazy from there.
Yeah. Did you ever have this like, just doubt? I'm positive every person watching all this, everybody that's aspiring to really take on online marketing. Did you ever experience, I think we all experience doubt, but when you did experience the doubt or, not really being as confident, because right in the beginning, you're learning these new skills. How did you overcome it? Did you invest in a mentor? Did you invest in your mindset? Like, what are some of the things that you did in the beginning to really motivate you to keep going?
Yeah. Okay. So in fact, I actually had my breakthrough just before I was going to give up.
Wow.
I remember I was exhausted. I remember waking up, I remember it as clear as day, waking up to go to work, and I just threw my head against the wall and I was like, what am I doing here? Like, should I just give up on this dream that I had? Because I had been doing this for like close to a year already. I was like, should I just give up? And then what happened was, I remember I had a friend who was also struggling, and she actually gave up, but she was like, you want to work in this network marketing company? She's like, because we can get like all this training, and it was the free Facebook strategies as well. And I was like, I don't know if I want to spend more money. I was like, I don't even have $4,000 for this. And she was like, I'll lend you the money, just do it with me. And she was like really pushing. I was like, I don't know about this. I was like, I really spent thousands. Like, girl, if I spend any more money, I was like I was just like refraining from doing things so that I can, and I don't know what the hell went through my head. I was like, whatever, just loan another 4K. What the hell? I was like, just get more debt. I was like, it doesn't get worse, does it? So anyhow, so we joined this this group, and they had this training. They had the free Facebook strategies. And I remember one of the people that mentored me was like, Chiara, just do this. Like, don't focus on anything else. Don't do YouTube. Don't do this. Don't do that. Just free Facebook strategies. You come from work. You connect with people. You talk to people. That's it. Don't do anything else. Just post content every day. And I was very on point. I would post 3 times a day. I would connect with 100 people per day. I would talk to all the new connections. Yeah, I was on point. And before I knew it, it was like, I don't know what happened. It was like, I just saw like I hit 10K in 45 days. And then before I know it, I had the next month $16,000 while doing a full-time job. and hitting leaderboards. I remember I was like on the top of the leaderboards. Like I hit number one for all the ranks, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. Like, so before I knew it, then I just quit my job. But it was, like I was telling you before we got on this, a big part of it is belief. Everyone can connect on Facebook. Everyone can talk to people. Everyone can do videos once they get over the fear of it. But few are the people that have belief, the belief that will get you from point A to point B.
Wow. And how are you leveraging Facebook now? What is some of, how are you leveraging Facebook to increase those sales conversions? I'd love to know, because I know everybody's tuning in for that. I'm going to let you go into it, and then you can share some tips and nuggets at the end.
Okay. So right now, there's a huge focus on Facebook groups. So that's where my focus is, and that's where I would recommend anyone who decides to do Facebook or even YouTube or any other strategy. I would say try and include the Facebook group. Facebook is putting a lot of attention on having communities right now. Always think of why it would work that way. And the thing is, Facebook wants you to keep people on Facebook so that they can continue to see advertising. It's like YouTube as well. Like YouTube wants you to keep people on YouTube so that they can advertise their stuff to the viewers.
Yeah.
So with Facebook, the groups, like the fact that there are communities there, you're kind of keeping people on Facebook, right? So like I already get more reach with my groups than on my profile, believe it or not. Like I'm starting to notice it's not just reach, but it's even more engagement. Like the engagement I have in my group is not the same kind of engagement I get on my profile. And on my profile, it's more on the surface engagement. Like people came across your picture, fine, let's like it. But in our group, it's more like in depth. Like people are more involved, people are more together, people are more family oriented. It's like if you do this well, like you can really like increase that. I would call it like community feel. And that's when you can create that, people will really start to trust you and it'll be much easier to sell what you have.
I love that. What you said, it's that community feel, because I think ultimately Facebook wants to be that coffee table. They want to be that coffee table where people are actually building, those real relationships, and, Facebook groups being a really, really great way to do that. So, share some strategies with the viewers on, just how they can start increasing their sales conversions with Facebook groups. Like, what are some of the things, like, are you, implementing certain strategies? Are you advertising within the groups? Are you pumping value? I mean, what's some of the best ways to really leverage Facebook groups?
Okay, so number one, you have to be really consistent. Like, you can't just post today and tomorrow, oh, I don't feel like posting. No, you have to like be really on point, or else your engagement will just drop overnight. Like I noticed this when I go abroad and I don't take the time to be in my group, that's it. Facebook Lives work best. They're the best to create engagement. And like if you like interact with the community while they're live with you, that would work really well. Next, I would say is having a unit section. So you know how in groups you have the learning unit?
Yes.
So it's like having an online membership site. So what I would do is like for those of you that want to do the group strategy, have a units section and just like teach people stuff within your niche. So for me, it's affiliate marketing. So like I give away a lot of free stuff in that niche, things that have helped me create a six-figure business. People like my free Facebook strategies, my Facebook group strategies in there, like stuff that people like would love to hear from you. Like another great thing about groups is there's the polls. Like we have this on your profile, but when you use a poll in a group, it's amazing. Like you know what your audience wants just by asking them. You just be like, okay, what do you want more of? And just give them a few options, and then they can sometimes they'll add their own options. Like I don't even like give it to them, and they just add it themselves. And then I just give them what they ask for, and that really increases. Like I asked recently, like, what do you guys want more help with? And I gave them like offer hacking, telling your story, and there was like a couple of others.
Oh, that's great.
And people were like, yeah, creating offers. Like, how do you make your core offer look more valuable and irresistible? And how do you increase the perceived value? So I did like a whole 4-day training series this week. teaching them that stuff, and
Wow.
people just attend and they love it. Like I've got more engagement than other videos because I'm giving them what they asked for.
Absolutely.
Another thing is just get more personal. Like I share more of my stuff about my boyfriend and I in there than I would on my profile. Like even like some personal things, like when he moved in, I put it in there, not on my profile, and people just love that it's in there only. I just don't know why. Like someone even told me, like, "Oh, I love how special we are. We get to know all the fancy details that you don't put on your profile."
People actually look forward to that. It's you know, it's the weirdest thing. And I've had a lot of you know, mentees say, well, what's interesting about me? What can I possibly share that's going to drive traffic to me? And I would always say, like you said, getting personal. You know, obviously with boundary, you know, of course, and upholding your brand and image, but people actually want to know, you know, what goes on in your day-to-day life because you're taking them on that journey. So I love that you share that. That's really amazing.
Yeah, I mean, look at the most popular shows.
Yeah,
on TV. They're anything that's like personal, like the Kardashians. There's Married at First Sight, and it's all about their personal life after they get married, after they just see each other once, and people just love these shows. So, and stories sell more than anything else. Like Russell Brunson is always teaching this stuff, like how to tell your story because your stories sell. Because people buy based on emotions, not logic. So we may think it's logic, but it's not logic. Logic comes after the emotional response. So
what's going on over there? I see
my boyfriend's next to me and he's looking for the plug. Es en el baño. No, it's okay.
Oh, he probably feels so bad bothering you right now on this interview.
No, he doesn't want to, and he's like, no.
Oh, I think that's amazing. So we've got some really, really amazing comments, guys. Chiara has something special lined up. And I'm going to be sharing her link here with you guys in a second. But also her Facebook group is free. So, you know, you could definitely go and check out her Facebook group. Again, she shares tons of value and really just content that's going to help you increase your sales conversions, leveraging Facebook groups. So, you know, I'm super excited for that. Any other last minute tips or must-have habits, you know, that aspiring entrepreneurs need to have in order to really take them from A to B? I know you mentioned something earlier. You said mentorship was a very important part of, you know, your success online. Maybe you can elaborate on that a little bit and just stress that, you know, with the viewers.
Okay, so yes, having my mentor Zach really helped. Like this year, I had a lot of things that affected me mentally. I had people that really just wanted to screw me over and things like that. But you know, that's life, and it's gonna happen to all of us.
Yeah.
So my mentor just helped me go through that mentally because this is a mental game. Like whether we like it or not, this is a mental game. Like a lot of like I said before, nuts and bolts. That stuff's easy.
Yeah.
But you know, when we're procrastinating or not, that's because we've hit a mental block. So he helped me a lot with that mentally. This year, like to get through whatever was just stopping me from performing like I normally do because I'm quite a powerhouse. So that's one, the mentor. And then next, I would say work on mindset. Like mindset is everything. Like when you doubt yourself or when you think you can't make this happen, that's just your head. It's nothing else. That's because you've been hardwired to think that way. Exactly. I think that's what we've been told at school. So just work on your belief system. I mean, there are lots of YouTube videos you can watch. I'm not into motivation, but I am into belief. I think motivation is just sugarcoating everything. You know, you need tough love. So that's why I like watching Russell Brunson because like even his webinars are structured for people to break all their false beliefs. So work on your own belief system and you know, just take action. Just consistent action is like, don't be one of those people that starts today and then I got busy, or you find some excuse not to get it done. If it needs to be outsourced, like, you know, just like get someone to help you on the side. Even though like there are things that you have to do like yourself, like publishing. So it has
Yeah.
to be consistent. But like later on, just look into outsourcing the things that make you procrastinate, such as sales copy, such as I don't know, help with creating a funnel, for example. These things that are more advanced and fancy, just outsource them. It's okay. You know, we're not meant to do everything for our business for it to be a success.
Absolutely. And I love that you said that, because that's one of the things, like we want to do everything. You know, you want to wear every single hat in your business. Of course, you know, in the beginning, you're trying to build that brand, build that network. You're probably going to be wearing a lot of hats, but eventually with time, it's smart to get specific people to do specific things for you in your business. Like, for example, I have someone that does graphics for me. That takes up way too much time to, you know, put flyers together and do graphics and do banners for YouTube. So I hire somebody to do that. So I really love that you brought that up, because that's the easiest way for anybody to get overwhelmed. And then they're like, wait, I can't, you know, between housework and family, and if they're still working a job, it definitely can get a lot. A lot of the comments are coming in. Jada Stats, I want to shout you out. Thanks for hopping on. She says, tough love. Yes, with heart emojis. Julia says, mindset is king. I love it. I love it. Twyla is loving the information, Chiara. She says, this is such great info. And then Julia says, connecting with people is the true skill. Right? It's the true skill. That's really how we do it. So guys, I'm going to drop Chiara's Facebook link in the comments at the end of this Facebook live interview. But definitely, I'm going to go ahead and share her website. Go ahead and check out sixfiguresaffiliatecode.com. And obviously, you know, again, her Facebook group is absolutely free. I did mention that I was going to give away a freebie for everybody that is tuning in, that have stayed tuned in with us. So I've actually got a free downloadable PDF that you can go and grab right this minute. It's a bit.ly link, and bit.ly/my-free-boost. Okay, so definitely go ahead and check that out, guys. It's a free downloadable PDF. And again, Chiara, I want to thank you so much for this interview. I really look forward to just learning more and more from you. I've been following you now online for, I mean, since I started online marketing. And it's
really?
Just, yes, since 2016. We were in the same company together back in 2016. And so I've been watching, and you know, this is an exciting thing to be able to bring value to the forefront and really help, you know, newbies and aspiring entrepreneurs in this online marketing space. So thank you again, Chiara. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you so much, everyone, for all the comments and the engagement. It's like, this is one of the things people like, when you go on interviews, some people, they just don't react. I'm like, even sometimes when I go in my group, there's days when they react. Sometimes they're like, no reaction. I'm like, what's going on today? Like, and I love just like 38 comments. I'm really, really proud of you guys that are here and just, you know, just engaging, because that really shows that you're involved in this and you're involved in your own success, which is honestly, well done, guys. Like, so proud of all of you. I think I recognize this person, Lindsay Dollar England. I think
Lindsay Dollar England. Yes. We've been longtime friends as well. Jada says, thank you, Chiara and Marsie. Great job.
Jada.
Thank you guys so much. That is it. That's going to be it for us for today. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us, and definitely tune in on Friday at 8 p.m. EST, where we will be talking to an amazing guest speaker, Drew Souza, who's seen some great success. And I'll be announcing that a little bit after this interview. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Take care. This is Marsie McCann with Marsie Talks Live. Signing off. Bye, guys.
Adios.